Mike.
And this is Caleb.
And you're listening to another episode of Modern Era Fitness, where we talk about health and safety in today's age.
Mike's a personal trainer.
And Caleb's a martial arts instructor.
That's right.
Today we're talking about Tough Love Part 3. If you missed our first two episodes of this series, we talk about Tough Love from a personal trainer, and Episode 2 was Tough Love from a martial arts instructor.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap, but, you know, that's kind of the nature of the beast.
Yeah. So today we're talking about Tough Love Part 3, life in general.
That's right.
Yeah.
But first, I want to know how you're doing.
I'm doing good. Haven't really got a chance to... So for those of you that don't know, this kind of doubles as podcast time / hangout time, bro time
yeah.
for Caleb and I. So we get a chance to catch up and you guys get a front row seat. So yeah, I'm good. It's been a fun week. Pretty intense. It's been a sprint. About halfway through the November 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
For the Forge. It's just a one protein smoothie per day. And there's a little exercise challenge in there too. It's really fun.
Yeah, if you guys want to get in on that, it's not too late. Although it might be like the last week by the time this one comes out.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's cool. How can they sign up if they want?
Go to northwestforge.org/30-day challenge.
And it's got the recipe for the protein shake he's talking about. It's really good. And just fun little funtivities. That's been my word lately, funtivities. I jacked it from the office, but it works.
It does.
So there are a couple of funtivities that you can do that show up in your email for the 30-day challenge.
Every morning at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the 4 a.m. to get there, then I hit send.
It's yeah, you type them up manually at 3:30.
I don't even copy and paste. I write out every one again and again and again for each recipient.
It's good, though. It's fun.
Yeah, so each one has just a reminder to get your protein smoothie in with the standard recipe, and then a daily exercise challenge, which is extra credit, because this whole thing is just about the smoothie. And then it has just a little inspirational quote.
Yeah.
And then a link to some more recipe or smoothie recipes that you can check out. But you got to sign up in order to get the link to that. So there you go.
northwestforge.org/30-day challenge. Is it 30 or 30?
30.
Okay.
30-day challenge.
Numerical. So there you go, folks. Let's see here.
What about you?
That's what I'm trying to think about. It's been a good, fun week. We didn't have classes yesterday. Yesterday was Veterans Day. Thank you, Mike, and thank you to all the vets out there.
Oh.
And for that day off, I dug up my backyard to fix some plumbing. So
right on. That's what a lot of
awesome
pre-veteran military personnel probably did yesterday too. dug in the ground.
Yeah. Oh, good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Shout out to Kelly's brother, Brian Crawford.
Yeah, I just started.
Yeah. He's a medic, and I think he's down there in El Paso.
El Paso.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a killer of an MOS. Jeez.
Is
medic?
it?
Yeah. Props to him. Seriously. Anyway.
And we went to local watering hole, the Governor's Cup, last night, and there was a good band playing called 3 for Silver. And I don't know where they're from. I think they're from around here because they apparently play around the area pretty often. But it was fun.
I love that place.
Yeah. So
Salem Summit Company has a new location.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah, and they're throwing their grand reopening bash today. Speaking of, to celebrate, they had a morning yoga class to kind of kick off the celebration, and it was good. I did it.
Good.
Kelly and I, we went and we yogaed, and it was nice.
You yogaed?
Yeah.
That's good.
We yogaed real good. So, anyway.
On to more things.
Yeah. Tough Love, Part 3. Life in general. Tough Love, Part 3.
Caleb and I were originally going to just shout things to you, everybody, through the microphone.
Go on a rant
and just be super preachy about it. But instead, we decided to...
We thought better of that.
Yeah. We decided to talk about principles and things that have really helped us out
Yeah, because
things that we're striving for.
Our listenership is growing, and we'd like to keep those people. So
yeah,
we figure being mean is not the
probably not.
Yeah, not the way to do it.
I'm sure there's people out there that would enjoy that, but I'm not sure I would like to be in that situation.
No, I know I wouldn't. So, Mike, what are you thinking about life in general? Huh?
This sounds like a total cop-out, but the book...
Oh, no. Okay. We can go there.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People. No, it's so good because I think there's some principles in there that...
7 of them.
7 of them. Yeah, there you go. That are really timeless, and I think they're gonna be around for a long time. Hence the timeless. but the first one alone, I'll just do the first one. If you want to look into it, go ahead. But be proactive. I think that's the first one. I got it handy.
So should we just tell somebody to read this book? Like stop playing the podcast and just go read the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Be proactive. Yeah. And if you're listening to this podcast, then congratulations. That means you're probably already being proactive.
That's a good point. You're right. Because chances are, unless you're being proactive about your health and your fitness and your safety and things like that, who's going to look up this podcast or search for a health and fitness podcast? Unless they're either trying to make a change, which means they're showing initiative and being proactive, or they are already in the lifestyle and want to keep it going and find things to feed that.
Yep.
Good point is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
Keep it coming. Give me another. I don't know. I don't know anything.
So another good one is prioritizing your efforts and your energies.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
So let's say somebody wants to kind of be fitter and they want to save more money and be in a better situation.
Can we go back to number 0.1?
Yeah.
Being proactive.
Being proactive.
How are we supposed to apply that in life in general? Because we're thinking about it in terms of fitness and health and yada yada.
Oh, I'm talking about.
But what about somebody that's not even in that realm? They don't do martial arts. They don't do exercise. They just go to work, have a family, watch movies.
I wonder if somebody that's completely content with the status quo, that has a 9-to-5 job, that gets to go there and then work and then come home, leave work at work, and kind of that's it, and not really push anything else. Like just kind of spend time with family and not be deliberate about stuff. Do you think people in that situation would listen to this podcast?
No, I don't. But maybe somebody listening to this podcast knows somebody like that, and they need a little tidbit to share with them.
Yeah. I feel like most of my friends and most of the people I know always have at least one or two things that they're like pushing for. So when I ask a friend like, "Hey, what's up? How's it been? Or what's new?" It's like, "Oh, things are good. Family's good. Work is good, and I'm pushing this thing, or I'm striving for this thing, or I'm doing this 30-day challenge, or whatever the case may be."
Yeah,
they're pushing something.
Yeah, it occurred to me while you were saying that a way to maybe apply the proactivity in general life and not as it pertains to fitness or self-defense or whatever. Think of a friend or family member that needs a little bit of help.
Mom. Just kidding, Mom. Love your restaurant.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like the person listening to this podcast, I would challenge them to be proactive in helping somebody make a healthy choice with something.
Yeah.
But not in a preachy way, because people don't want to be told that they're doing something wrong.
Well, I don't think you need to preach at all. I think you can just have a healthy lifestyle.
You could maybe you invite somebody to do, "Hey, I'm going to boot camp on Tuesday. Are you interested in trying something new?" And that kind of...
Or if they're eating pizza and you're having a salad, you could like really lord it over them.
Yeah.
Like, pizza, huh? That's kind of healthy, I guess. Not as healthy as a salad here, but whatever.
Oh man, that's like all my calories for the day.
Hey, to each their own.
Yeah. Did I show you my muscle?
Yeah. My one muscle. My preachy muscle.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. I totally derailed that back to proactivity. But if this is going to be about life in general, I wanted to figure out a way to make it about life in general.
Mm-hmm.
Your second thing that you had mentioned was something.
Prioritizing efforts.
That's right. And where you place your energy.
Yes.
And I think that's an easy one to relate to life in general.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think about life in general. Work, family and friends, health.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there?
I think it's
duty.
A balance of those three. Yeah, with a few other things sprinkled in there. But I think there's a huge amount of time sucks.
Yeah.
In there. Number one being information overload or information addiction. So if you have a smartphone and you're listening to this podcast, I think it can be a slippery slope into just needing to have an inflow of information constantly.
And you think that's bad?
I do.
I don't know if I agree. Well, that's okay. That's why we're friends.
So do you think that, do you meditate?
Yeah.
Are you worried about not getting information then?
Am I worried about not getting information then?
Are you worried that you're not getting information while you're meditating?
No. I'm not worried about that.
Thank you.
But I'm not sure I see the connect. Like,
I'm just giving you a hard time. I don't mean thank you.
I take that back.
Yeah.
Where does it become a problem, though?
I think that depends on the person.
Because from the start of my morning, I get ready and I do my thing. When I go to work, I'm listening to podcasts.
When you're driving?
No, I walk, man.
No.
I'm not one of those people. Yeah.
You're one of those people, yeah.
Sorry, Eddie. Yeah, I'm listening to podcasts through and through, throughout my day, and I feel like it enriches me, and I learn a lot from podcasts. Granted, 70% of the podcasts are about Dungeons and Dragons, but I learned a lot about fantasy world. But I balance that with things like Star Talk and Radio Lab and
other nerdy things.
Yeah, other nerdy things. And I don't know. I don't think I'm addicted, but work would definitely be a lot more boring.
Yeah. But you're not putting things on the wayside that you would otherwise
I guess that's
focus
true.
on.
It's a filler. It's not it's not taking away from anything.
Right. You're not like going on a date with your wife and on your phone.
Hang on, honey. I got to finish this. My brother,
You'll never guess what Mike posted.
Actually,
it's a meme.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise, surprise. They're pretty funny, though, I think.
Yeah, I try.
I guess that's maybe the distinguishing factor is it taking you away from something else that should be a priority?
Right. So a good example for me is I have a half hour between this client and that client. And one of my overarching goals or long-term goals is to write a book. So instead of writing a book in a half an hour, well, part of it.
It's a real crappy book.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so part of that half an hour would be like on Facebook and Instagram and just kind of hanging out and just letting those time sucks just wander in my...
I get it.
I got to rephrase that.
Well, it's like making Swiss cheese. It's not the physical act of making Swiss cheese, but it's like Swiss cheese. And you've got this block of time, and Facebook comes in and...
Is that how they make Swiss cheese?
Yeah. There's this weird little... it almost looks like a leprechaun. And I know, it's really weird. That's why it's only in the Swiss Alps. That's why it's called Swiss cheese. And so once the cheese is curdled... I'm trying to keep this going. I can't really think of it. But anyway...
You held a straight face. I was like, no way. Yeah, this is not how Swiss cheese is made. I was trying to
get Mike to believe me, but
oh man,
I couldn't keep it going. But think of that imaginary leprechaun that puts the holes in Swiss cheese as Facebook, and there you have it.
Oh man, we are reaching.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty good analogy.
I think it is. I view it as like little leeches that just kind of show up if you're not careful.
Ew.
Yeah, I think it's gross, and I think it can be just as destructive.
Yeah.
So yeah, prioritizing your time and your energy.
That's good.
I think that's really important, and it's something that I am very cognizant of in myself. So yeah,
this might be too close to the proactive, but in regard to that last point, being or not proactive, but the one you just said, prioritizing. I think I would add being diligent with that, because sometimes it takes work. Because let's use family time as an example. That's our priority for most of us, right?
Yeah.
It ought to be if it's not. We can generally say, obviously, Facebook does not take a priority over family time. But if we're not kind of re-engaging in that decision frequently, it can kind of creep back in. You know what I mean? It's media. It's kind of all around, and all of our phones are trying to push it on us 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, every
like
single...
You have to make a conscious decision to avoid it. And I guess what I'm saying is re-engage, like recommit frequently. Even if you don't feel like you're having a problem, it doesn't hurt to maybe once a month take stock in how you're spending your time and see, I have been spending a little bit more time on whatever when I should be focusing on my wife or, writing that book or whatever.
Yeah.
And so recommitting doesn't necessarily mean that you've failed or or did something bad. But I think it's worthwhile to consistently take stock.
Right. I don't think anybody that is successful in such a lifelong habit has ever just done it one time consistently and never had to re-engage or recommit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to fall off and you're going to have to get back up. One thing that's really helped me, and anybody that's been a long-time listener or has read what I've been writing on the blog, an app called Forest. And it's super simple. I know, but it helps you track your time on your phone and put it down. But yeah, you can cut that out.
No, I'm not going to cut it out. I'm just trying to decide if that's because it's helpful.
It's helpful,
but
it's
not,
also
nerdy. So I'm trying to decide, does that fall in?
It's not really tough love for life in general. It's
a suggestion.
Just a suggestion. I'm just going to tag on there at the end for prioritizing your time.
Okay.
Don't let the time suck of information get you down.
Yeah. And that app it's kind of built to help you achieve that.
Yeah. And if you get enough points in it, they build an actual...
Okay, yep.
They plant a tree.
Hang on. Nerd alert.
Okay.
Nerd alert. Okay, finish what you're saying.
They plant a tree if you get enough points.
Okay, and that was nerd alert, folks. Thanks.
It's a tree.
Oh. See, here's the thing about nerdy stuff. It doesn't have to be classically considered nerdy. You just sound like a nerd when you say it. And I think that's what qualifies a nerd alert. Would you disagree?
No, I think you're totally right. And
like what you said made perfect sense. It's reasonable, and it's a good thing that they plant a tree because you're using this app and doing better in life. But it's just the way you said it.
Yeah.
And they plant a tree. I don't know. There's...
I think if the listener does this kind of side head tilt, like, oh my God, that's so nerdy.
Yeah.
Then that's how you know.
Yeah.
And you totally did it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad we got that out of the way.
So what else? It's your turn. We have be proactive.
Prioritize your
energy and your focus.
Yeah. And consistently re-engage in those priorities. Kind of recommit.
What about somebody that you admire, or a trait in somebody that you admire?
I'm trying to think of something that's more non-specific to working out and stuff. Because the examples I come up with, when you say, think of traits of someone you admire, I automatically think of Kelly and like her commitment to her health and her job and our family. It's hard not to say the same thing that we've always been saying about dedication, do the work even when it's tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think that's bad to say it again because I think those things need to be said again.
Yeah. So I guess that's what I would say. Because, she works crazy hours in a very crazy environment, and she has to be super focused for a really long time, or people could die. Yeah. So
no pressure.
Yeah, no, none at all. And yet she still makes sure that she's taking care of herself and me, And I don't mean that
because you're a lot of work.
I mean, yeah.
Callie, where's my smoothie? Sorry,
that's not totally off from.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying.
I don't know. She is extraordinarily dedicated to those things, and like this, she'll have to work at X time, and she knows it's going to take her X amount of hours to eat breakfast and get ready and stuff, and she still manages to get up at whatever time she needs to make sure she gets in a good hard workout. And mazel tov to her. I mean, she's seeing results. You can see the results. And I don't know, man. She's just, when it's tough, when it's uncomfortable, she still gets out there and gives it 110%. And so I guess that's what I'm saying is, even when it's uncomfortable, give it everything you got. Pedal to the metal. Dude,
bro.
I don't know. What do you have to say about that?
I think that's great, but I think that can be misinterpreted into
run yourself into the ground.
Run yourself into the ground in a workout for 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
I think there's a smart way to do it. Like, work out when it's time to work out, and go hard when it's time to work out. When it's time to rest, and when it's time to do nutrition.
That's the thing.
Do those things.
She still pays attention to recovery and things like that. Like, working out is very important to her, but not at the cost of our relationship and her overall health.
Yeah.
And her ability to do her job.
So she's putting first things first.
Yeah, she's prioritizing the right things, but she's just killing it,
Good.
Yeah.
I got one.
Should we make this or let's take a break real quick before you...
Okay.
Are you going to remember this?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been thinking about it.
All right, we'll be right back. So what's important to you? Family, health, personal safety? If you care about any of those things, check out hoodsmaa.com and find out what we offer. At Hoods MAA, we want you to be healthy and be safe.
Hey everybody, this is Mike at Northwest Forge. Don't have time to go to the gym? Want your personal trainer to come to you? Northwest Forge now offers online training. Check us out at northwestforge.org. Stay motivated.
Are you a fan of the paranormal, UFOs, conspiracies, or cryptids? Do you like being entertained? Then I recommend the 45th Parallel Podcast. You can find it on iTunes, your Android podcast app of choice, or Stitcher Radio. Just type in the 45th Parallel and start listening. Make sure to subscribe and rate our show so we can climb the charts and get our paranormal message out there. We hope to see you in the 45th Parallel.
And we're back. Okay, so I'm Caleb.
And I'm Mike.
And you're listening to Modern Era Fitness Podcast, where we talk about health and safety and yada, yada, yada. So, I wish you didn't do that as I was starting to talk, because I can't edit it out.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're talking about
Tough Love.
Part 3, life in general.
Yeah, so far we've talked about being proactive, prioritizing the right things, re-engaging in that commitment frequently, and giving it 110% safely and in a healthy way. And so now Mike says he's got a little tidbit to share now. Bing, ding, ding.
Foster a love of learning and guard it. Love it.
Cherish it.
Cherish it. Hold it like a baby.
Stroke its cheek.
Whatever that means.
You know, like when you love something, you
I get it.
just like brush its cheek, you know,
learning.
softly.
I love you learning. No, but seriously. Continually learning is going to keep you sharp and it's going to take you far. And if you learn about the things that you love to do or the things that you're employed in, then you're going to have more tools. And reading is super cheap, and it's a great way to learn.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's good. And I've said it before, I think even on here, but when you learn new things and you make that like a priority and you're constantly just trying something new or whatever, you're doing your health and your family or friends or whoever you engage with a favor, because you're helping fight off dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that when you learn a new skill. You want to engage and keep the brain active. You don't want it to just sit in the same pathways that you've created through habit your whole life, because it kind of becomes, certain areas will atrophy, if that's the right word.
You'll lose mental elasticity. You won't be as fluid. That's the way I like to think of it. Like you won't be able to adapt or learn as well. So learning is a muscle.
Yeah. And I would add to your point, which I think is a very, very good one. I would add, mix up the things you're learning with something physical and something like book or cerebral in a way. So it might be taking a community class to learn a new language, and then, which is really a mix of the two, you know, the physical and the I don't know what you want to call it, book learning.
Brain learning.
That book stuff. Maybe a better example would be like to read a book about the Bushido Code. There you go.
What is the Bushido Code? I mean, I know what it is, but explain to our listeners.
It's kind of like a way of living properly.
Do you know what they are right off the top of your head?
No.
Just say yes and
yes.
Pretend like you're not holding a book about it.
I don't know. There's like honor and courage and stuff. All that kind of stuff. Let's see here.
Do good.
Yeah.
Be a good samurai.
Courage, benevolence, politeness, sincerity and veracity, honor, loyalty, self-control, that kind of stuff. But anyway, so reading a book like Bushido will help you in your brain and maybe give you a different perspective on life and a way of living. So you get a benefit there. But then maybe go take a class in yoga or Tai Chi or something like that. So you're working. I think they kind of debunked the whole left brain, right brain thing. Yeah. Like your physical learning happens on one side and your book learning happens on another side and stuff. But I'm still going to reference it in that way because it's just an easy picture. But learning Tai Chi would be an example of left brain learning, right brain. I don't know. And then the book learning would be the other half, whatever the other half is. So mix it up with physical practice, something new. And I'll just throw a little teaser in there. Learning something like Tai Chi or yoga will help you physically in life because you will have better balance. And the older we get, the harder that is to come by. Whereas if you start learning Tai Chi or yoga, even at a later age, you will be less likely to fall, and you'll be less likely to get a devastating injury if and when you fall. So elderly people that don't do yoga or Tai Chi or martial arts or anything like that have a fall often results in a broken hip because they don't know the right way to fall. And a broken hip is actually very, very devastating to life. Yes. Especially at an older age. And so there's my pitch. Go do something. That's all.
Are you telling me to go do something?
I'm looking at you and saying it, but it's more to the...
I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah. Do you know anyone around here that could teach Tai Chi?
If you're interested, go to...
No, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I would recommend people find a community class.
I think that's a great point of continually learning something physical that is outside of your comfort zone. Or in fact, being outside of your comfort zone is going to stimulate growth.
And help your perspective.
Yeah. a lot. One of the best ways to do that is by learning a new language or traveling somewhere where you've never been. Except Albany and Scio. Those places are boring.
Yeah. Consider those off limits.
Yeah, they stink.
Literally, there's a paper mill.
Totally reminds me of, totally off topic, but Parks and Rec. Eagleton. How they just
It smells like cupcakes or whatever all the time.
My name is Mike. I'm an Eagletonian. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you.
Oh, that's so good. Well, sounds good. Okay, let's recap the points. What were they? We've got
Be proactive.
Prioritize the
Focus on the right things.
Recommit regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Give it your all. And
learn a bunch.
Yeah. Sounds like we need a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
That last one.
Yeah. Continually learn.
Yeah.
And
physical and mental.
Yeah. Exercise the learning muscle. Yes.
So huge. Well, folks, thanks for sitting in on this wild ride with Mike and I. We really enjoyed it. We've got the windows down, summer air coming in the windows.
Yeah, we're recording this July 13th, 2009.
So I just want to say that new Limp Bizkit album is sick.
That reminds me of my dad. Every 2 years, he's like, "Hey, I found a new band." I'm like, "What band is that?" And he shows me his iPhone. It's Linkin Park.
That's cute.
I know.
He's trying. I'm still... I'm sorry if this alienates anyone. And occasionally I'll like what I'm hearing, but I always have to roll my eyes when I see a newer car with a Linkin Park sticker on it.
Uh-huh.
It just blows my mind that that's still a thing.
Yeah, or the W's.
Yeah. Oh, that's some of my theological framework right there.
We're ragging hardcore on some bands.
Aren't they from Corvallis? Or weren't they from Corvallis?
The W's?
Yeah.
I think they were pretty dang local here.
Yeah. So if you guys are listening, it sounds like we're making fun of you, but we're not.
We are.
Well,
totally are.
No. I owned your albums.
So did I, and I listened to it
I actually
twice.
Had a T-shirt.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. You were the devil and the devil is man.
Oh my gosh, take me back. Well, thanks for listening. See ya.
No, we don't end it like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We got a lot that we have to get through before we can close out. So if you guys want to get a hold of us, you can reach us via email, ModernEraFitnessPodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can get at us on the social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Our handle is @MEF Podcast.
Yeah, and we have a website up and running, ModernEraFitness.com, and you can check out our lovely sponsors. We've got a couple up there. And if you want to become a sponsor and get your name up on the website, just shoot us an email, let us know, or you can use the contact page on the website. Also, if you're interested in advertising with us, let us know, and we can get your ad in here. Is that okay that I said that? You cool with that?
I think so, yeah. Because we're pretty new, but our listener base is
growing rapidly. So,
yeah.
Especially if you're a local Salem business, we love you guys.
Yeah, we do love Salem.
And we're excited to talk about local businesses. So maybe there will be a special deal for local entities. But you national folks, you gotta pay it big.
Yeah.
If you want this.
All this.
Yeah.
Steele's Karate over on High Street. The best best martial arts training in Salem, Oregon.
No, take it back. Take it back.
Physique Fitness. The best there is. $10 a month. I can't compete with that.
Yeah, how in the world? I guess they're going for numbers and not...
Totally. Pure numbers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
guys, forget we said all that. And remember to live in a good place. Keep your mind deep and work when it's time.
Bye.
Bing, ding, ding, ding.
Eat that soap.